Hi, my name is Brian Jacobs. I'm a 20-year veteran at Reynolds Farm Equipment here in Fishers, Indiana. This is our tank divider kit, and I'm going to walk you through how to install it. Go. We're here to give you some instructions on how to install your CCS tank divider. It's only going to require 2 holes to be drilled, and existing holes that's in there, we're just going to make them larger, and follow me and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, I want to show you the first step in your new tank divider. We're going to remove the level sensor from existing holes. Okay, just going to lay it over out of the way. And the only 2 holes that you need to drill are the existing holes right above your tank level sensor. Alright, first couple pieces you're going to install is the bottom seal plates. The smaller of the 2 goes right down into the bottom of the tank, and then this piece here will bolt right to your sensor mounting. I'll show you how you do that. Okay, we're going to bring in the first wall section. This will be the piece that seals right down to the bottom of the tank. And it will come right into the tank like so. Alright, your kit comes with 2 pre-cut seals. These seals are going to be placed on your bottom plate. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to estimate about where to start, and then you may need to adjust your seal in this manner to make sure you're sealed all the way to the bottom. We're going to go about right here. Seal just slides on like so. Okay, this seal here, I'm going to take back off and slide on down. And then put it right back on here. We're going to check our fit. As this first step comes in, it's going to seal right down to the bottom of the tank. It's going to line up with the only 2 holes you drilled again. We're utilizing those same holes. Okay, got 1 slot in the first main panel. We're going to line it up with the only 2 existing holes that we pre-drilled. We're using those same holes again, just like so. Alright, this is the angle bracket that's going to bolt everything together here with these 2 bolts. Place your 2 existing bolts in the holes, take your bracket, go through everything you've installed at this point, just like so. Then your sensor is going to bolt to the pre-existing holes, just like so. Alright, now we're going to bolt our piece back in place using the same 2 original pre-drilled holes, same hardware. Just like so. We're going to push our piece down nice and tight to the floor and then tighten our hardware. Okay, the next step to install your divider kit, you're going to need to remove the 4 bolts from all 4 corners of the tank. Only the 4 corner bolts. Okay? We've done loosen these up. We're just going to pull the hose down out of our way. We're going to remove this bolt. If you've got a new planter with this style manifold, you're going to need to just remove these 2 manifold bolts. What that'll give you do is room to pull out your other 2 bolts. Only the 4 corner bolts is all you're removing. Alright, your kit comes with 2 support braces. They go the length of the tank. The first brace that goes on the bottom panel is the longer of the 2. Okay? You're going to take your long brace, you're going to come into the tank with it. I'm going to show you how to install that. Alright, your first cross brace is going to go to your lower panel, insert right into the pre-existing holes, just like so. Now with the prefab brackets we have on here, the next step is going to be, we're going to add our supports. Alright, after installing your cross brace, you've got 4 support brackets. The 2 shorter go down in the bottom of your tank. It's going to bolt to the existing welded tab, like so. And then the anchor to your bottom tank mounting, you're going to put spacer over your nut, going to put your washer on, and then you're going to go right down through both, just like so. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to put your small brace on the existing mounting. And then you're going to use your same hardware that we did before. Placing the spacer, then the washer on there first, and then your bracket, and then your bolt. Okay, you just saw us install the 2 cross braces in the tank. Out here, this is where your bolt comes through. The 4 bolts we removed, you're now simply going to place the washer and the nut back on, and then you're going to tighten her back up nice and firm, and then that's going to hold your brace in place. Okay. Alright, next you've got 2 upper divider wall panels. This is one of 2. Now they're only going to fit on one side or the other. You're just going to determine that when you get down in there. We've got 2 different radiuses here. It's going to be obvious which one goes where, because it's the only place it'll go. Alright, now we're going to install the seal on our upper panel. We want to make sure we start our seal down here in a manner that it'll overlap our bottom piece. And when you go on with your wall, slide it right over existing bolts, just like so. Make sure that your seals are overlapped, slide it over to the wall, and then tighten your hardware. Okay, we're going to install the other seal. But again, make sure you're down this way far enough that the seals will overlap when you put this top panel on. And just put it on the brace like so. Seals overlap nice. We'll put our hardware on, and then we'll slide our wall over to the wall. Alright, I'm going to bring in the shorter of the 2 braces. And it's going to bolt on. Just like so. Install the hardware. Here's your other 2 braces. They're longer than the first 2 you put in. Same way, they're going to come into the tank. We're going to bolt up to the top brace. Okay, and the bottom is the same way. Spacer, washer, support. Just like so. Tighten everything up. I'll just bring in the other long brace. We'll do our other side. Like so. Okay, we're going to show you what it looks like from the finish, from the top, and what you're looking at. You've got your level sensor bolted back up. You've got your first plate bolted in, your bottom wall, your 2 upper walls, your support, and your anglers. Tighten all your hardware up, and you've got a divider. Alright, you've got one more component. What you've got here is a seed chute. What this is going to allow you to do to get seed to the other side of your tank, on the other side of your divider. Okay? Chute's simple. I've got it made. Chute's easy to install. Okay? Don't worry about dropping it in your tank. You've got some nice handles on here. You're just going to set the chute on top of the wall, slide it in, lock in place. You're now ready to dump your bags in, lay your fill tube in. Everything will lay right in.